Govinda Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Rama Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Nikaya Gaura Hare Pandita Gaura Jai Jai Prabhupada Harinama Sankirtana ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Mudiraye Nashta Prayeshva Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 21, text 27. Or 47. Sorry. Hiranyakashipushchapi Bhagavan Nindaya Tamaha Bhagavan Nindaya Tamaha Vivikshur Atyajat Suno Vivikshur Atyajat Suno प्रह्लादस्यानुभावतः प्रह्लादस्यानुभावतः हिरण्यकशिपुश्चापि भगवन् निन्दयातमः विविक्षुरत्यगात्सूनोः प्रह्लादस्यानुभावतः हिरण्यकाशिपुश्चापि भगवन् निन्दयातमः विविक्षुरत्यगात्सूनो प्रह्लादस्यानुभावतः भगवन् निन्दयातमः विविक्षुरत्यगात्सूनो प्रह्लादस्यानुभावतः हिरण्यकशिपुश्चापि भगवन् निन्दयातमः विविक्षुरत्यगात्सूनो प्रह्लादस्यानुभावतः Word to word translation. Hiranyakashipu. I cannot see a screen. What the writing? I cannot. But we do not have words. Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlada Maharaja.
The father of Prahlad Maharaj.
Cha, also. Api, again. Bhagavata, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Nindaya, by blaspheming. Tamaha, in the darkest region of hellish life.
In the darkest region of hellish life.
Vivikshu entered. Atyagata was delivered. Suno of his son. Prahladasya of Maharaja Prahlada. Anubhavataha by the influence of. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu, who by dint of his sinful activities always defied the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, entered into the darkest region of hellish life. But by the grace of his great son, Prahlada Maharaja, he also was delivered and went back home, back to Godhead. This kindly repeat. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu, who by dint of his sinful activities always defied the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, entered into the darkest region, of hellish life. But by the grace of his great son, Prahlada Maharaja,
Prahlad Maharaj,
he also was delivered and went back home, back to Godhead. No, Supriti.
She's there? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Purport?
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. When Prahlad Maharaj was offered benediction by Nrisimhadeva, due to his great devotion and tolerance, he refused to accept any benediction from the Lord, thinking that such acceptance was not befitting a sincere devotee. The rendering of service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in expectation of a good reward is depicted by Prahlad Maharaj as mercantile business. Because Prahlad Maharaj was a Vaishnava, he did not ask a benediction for his personal self, but was very affectionate towards his father. Although his father tortured him and would have killed him had he himself not been killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prahlad Maharaj begged pardon for him from the Lord. This favor was immediately granted by the Lord, and Hiranyakashipu was delivered from the darkest region of hellish life, and he returned back home, back to Godhead, by the grace of his son. Prahlad Maharaj is the topmost example of a Vaishnava who is always compassionate towards sinful persons suffering a hellish life within this material world. Krishna is therefore known as Paradukha Dukhi Krupam Buddhihi, or one who is compassionate toward other suffering and who is an ocean of mercy. Like Prahlad Maharaj, all pure devotees of the Lord come to this material world with full compassion to deliver the sinful. They undergo all kinds of tribulations, suffering them with tolerance, because that is another qualification of a Vaishnava who tries to deliver all sinful persons from the hellish conditions of material existence. Vaishnavas are therefore offered the offering prayer. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. The chief concern of a Vaishnava is to deliver the fallen souls. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Om Lajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savathutam Bharjana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Dagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshware Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Namo Shesha Dosha Dura Purna Gunatmane Virincha Sharva Purvidya Vandyaya Shri Varayate. Hiranyakashipushchapi Bhagavan Nindaya Tamaha Vivikshuratyagatso Naho Prahladasyanubhavataha. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu, who by dint of his sinful activities always defied the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, entered into the darkest region of hellish life, but by the grace of his great son, Prahlada Maharaja, he also was delivered and went back home, back to Godhead. So here again we can study about great qualities of devotees and how devotees are benevolent, how they extend mercy towards all surrounding beings. In the verse itself, example is presented about history of Prahlada Maharaja and his father. It is said here, Hiranyakashipu, he was he entered actually into the darkest region, Tamah. Otherwise it is this darkness, this hell. Sometimes it is called as a blind hell, Andhatamas. So darkest hell will be called in the scriptures as Andha. The place completely bereft of any sunlight, of any inspiration, full of suffering. And particular word used here, vivikshuhu, which is describing a way how dealt Hiranyakashipu with the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan. He was very much offensive, and here used another word, ninda. Ninda means offenses. So he was extremely offensive. And that is equal to be an offender, that is equal to directly step into hell. That is to say, directly. Vivikshu means that is a particular form, grammatic form in Sanskrit. It is called desertive. So, like extremely, as if desired to enter into hell. Made so much endeavor for that. Apparently, we can analyze that he didn't really was thinking to go hell. Because even demons, even though they are like so violent, so sinful, but they hope for good life, and they hope for some elevation, improvement. In this sense, they are similar as good souls. They are similar to pious people. So that is expectation is common for demons and for pious Puja-Jana. They will all be expecting, they will be eager to have something good in life, not like they want to have a misery, suffering, distress, and pain. They want to enjoy, actually. That is nature of a jiva. Jiva bhuta sanatana. This is the eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, jiva, individual soul, actually having nature of enjoyer. It cannot sit dull without any activity, and for that purpose, the Supreme Lord supplied us with senses of the mind, as He gave us instruments, which is called karana, means for achieving enjoyment, variety of enjoyment. And two types of senses are there. One of the knowledge acquiring senses, for perceiving existence around, and another is senses for action, sense organs, like hands, legs, etc., tongue. So, and particularly these limbs of the body, these senses for action, karma karana, they should be engaged properly. Should be engaged properly. And for proper engagement, first of all, we have to acquire correct knowledge, correct understanding, and inspiration for good things. What is the problem with demons? That they, due to bad association, due to influence of demonic society, they always incline it for bad things only. And there is no any much impetus for proper development. They like passion, have too much passion and ignorance. Hiranyakashipu, he was so much passion that he wanted to be like a controller of all universe. Practically, he achieved such a result. He was so much influential that even devotees, demigods, they feared him and they became subordinated to Hiranyakashipu. And he tortured all the universe, actually, by his action. So, and what is the reason why he was doing such things? What inspired him for such crazy activity? That is basically ignorance, avidya, because he was totally bewildered by Maya, by the power of Maya, by power of illusion of the Supreme Lord. And so that is also energy of the Lord. And for those who are not agreeable, not surrendering for the divine purpose, for the not become devotee of Krishna, then they will be afflicted, they will be totally bewildered, covered by illusion, by Maya, Shakti, which first will cover consciousness, delude it, and then drag down two functions of Maya. avaranatmika Shakti, covering, deluding, and then prakshepatmika Shakti, that will drag down and cause to fall down into darkest region. And so Hiranyakashipu was on last stage actually, because he not only just covered by ignorance, but he in that illusion, he down so much things. He down so much trouble for sadhus and for all living beings, even for demigods, that definitely he was fit to enter into darkest region and tamas. This is an example of great demon. Even though some similarity with him we can perceive. In Kali, it is said in the Kali age, influence of this demonic mentality, influence of attitude of hatred towards the Supreme Lord so much prominent that everybody, to some extent, become demoniac. As I said, that, in Satya Yuga, and demigods and demons, they lived in different worlds, in different planets. Then in Dwapara Yuga, they lived in different, in Treta Yuga, like in different states, in different countries. Then afterwards, they lived in Dwapara Yuga, they lived in the same family, like Pandavas and Kauravas. They are both party, demons and saints, devotees. But in Kali age, both of them residing in the same body, with us. We have some inclination for divine, for devotional service, that is good. And most of the people, they are good by nature. They are not like so violent or something. They have understanding of this. But also, uncontrollably, they are subjugated by illusion, and they doing bad things. And even Arjuna acknowledged that sometimes I am not able to do anything. Some energy, something forced me, as if by force I engaged into particular unwanted activity and not able to stop. So it is like also we can say what it is. Lord Krishna explains that it is karma. Karma means passion, and karma means passion for sensual enjoyment. And even in nature of many souls, that inclination is there. In Swabhava itself, in the material condition, so much inclination for bad things. Like very godly and saintly people, they will not have much inclination. They're like very pure. They're always Shuddha, Pavitra. They are so much pure that illusion not affecting them. In some scriptures, Vaishnava scriptures, it is said also that there are great souls who always dedicated for spirituality and never fall down. In Madhva Sampradaya, they call it Rijugana. And some of such great servants, they all become Vaishnava Acharyas. like Lord Brahma, he is as a founder of Vaishnava Sampradaya, he belongs to this group of divine souls, and they are so much elevated that practically always they engaged directly or indirectly. They will be doing something for this, for service of the Lord, and spontaneously they will feel and understand what is wanted to please Krishna, and they will be all good. Even though externally sometimes it appears that they will mean mischief and do something not correct, but it is said that such advanced Vaishnavas we should not judge. We may not understand actually deepest reason why they do in particular way, but sometimes it appears to be that they deal in bad way, or they doing incorrect certain things, like even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra. They are like making some mistake, offenses. But somehow or other it is tuned with the will of Supreme Lord. And they always even remain as servants. They always doing something for the purpose to fulfill an divine will of the Supreme Lord. So, but human beings, it is said that mostly we are mixed up. We have both tendency. We have some inclination for good, for devotion, for piety, for sattva guna, but also bad things may be within us. And so to reduce and to remove these negative demonic tendencies, so we very much in need of sadhana, practice. That's why Srila Prabhupada prescribed for us regular practices of devotional service, which will help us to get rid of contamination, not only from sinful reactions which we acquired in past, but from tendency to perform sin. Because sometimes person may do something, some good deed, and he will be released from sinful reaction. But again, if tendency is there, then he again and again may perform sinful activity uncontrollably, and not able to control himself. Like it is said, a stupid elephant will take a bath nicely in the water, will become very clean, and then after entering into beach, immediately he will throw dust and sand, and immediately become dirty. So that kind of behavior, criticize it. So if we are purifying ourselves, if we are making endeavor, uplifting ourselves, then power of control should be there. It is like I said, Brahminic qualities, shamo dhamma. Shama means control of mind. We should, first of all, because everything, all the sinful things starting from the mind. Mind is a field where the demonic thoughts may come, and the anarthas all first manifest in the mind, and then in action. And the action in directly implying senses in different activity. For that, it is called Dhamma. Dhamma means to control senses. And it is said in Kali age, sometimes we are not so capable to control the mind, because mind is so much agitated, so much, so many things in it. So we are not able to keep it pure. But at least if we control external senses, if some negative thinking is there, but we should not let it to come out. And that is a behavior of sadhu. Yes, of course, even sadhu, they may be affected by bad thoughts, bad feelings, but they will not do negative things. They will not make external action, sinful deeds, restrain from those. And because how are they capable to do it? By habit. Because if we always do sadhana, if we always do good things, if we always do something positive, then even if some energy forcing us to act in other way, but it is not agreeable for us, and sadhu somehow or other will restrain from that and will not act badly. So that is the advantage of sadhana bhakti. If we practice nicely, then that will create within us very positive, very spiritualized way of behavior. And we can, in this way, we can benefit not only ourselves, but also surrounding all people. And this will not anchor ninda, offenses. It is said if because Kali Yuga is an ocean of sins, then naturally faults will be there. So many faults, so many defects, so many mistakes possible to happen. But it is said that in Kali age, one advantage is there, that bad deeds will be not punished heavily, will not very severe punishment. Because it is understood, yes, of course, atmosphere is so bad, somehow we may fall down time to time, and we are not able to conquer senses, and especially mind. So, therefore, such arrangement is there that if we sincerely pray and ask for forgiveness, and there is some prayaschitta mantra. While worshipping deities, it is said, Aparata sahasrani kriyante harnisham maya dasoham iti matva kshamasva madhusudana. Devotee says, thousands of offenses performed by me day and night, thousands. But what to do? Still, I am very submissively pray to the Lord and ask Him to consider him as a servant, and servant may commit mistakes. So ask forgiveness of the Lord. Dasoham iti mam matva. I am servant, dasa. Kshamasva madhusudana. Please be patient. Please tolerate and forgive us. And repentance in such a way that, and we also pray to not do these mistakes again and again. and what is also said, Pratigyatava Govinda Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Oh Govinda, you promised that your devotee will never be will never be destroyed, will be saved. So that is a sankalpa, that is a will of the Lord expressed by him directly in Bhagavad Gita. He promised that. So, and therefore we have a hope. We may pray to Krishna and ask Krishna, we are so imperfect, we are so incapable, but somehow please make us good. That is your promise, and you please give support and uplift us from our degraded situation. And the case of what the history of Prahlada Maharaj is very instructive. Prahlada Maharaja was a very small child, but he was a Mahabharata, great devotee of the Lord. So, and in this way, he helped his father. Actually, as we know, that the Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, both of them, they had the original spiritual origin. They are both Jaya and Vijaya. Though guards, gatekeeper of Vaikuntha Loka, which is within this material universe. And it is said for Vaikuntha city there are 7 gates, and more and more advanced devotees, they will stay and become doorkeeper of different gates. And last gates, that is where stayed Jaya and Vijaya. But somehow they performed offenses, they offended, they dealt bad to 4 Kumaras, great devotees of the Lord, and therefore they fall down into material world. I read just an explanation from one Bhugola Varnana description given by Vadiraja Tirtha, is a famous, prominent teacher in Madhva line, and he explained the reason why Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha they fall down, because as associates of the Lord, they are not supposed to fall down. They have even external appearance. They are like Lord Narayana himself. If we see many temples in India, there will be deities of Jaya and Vijaya standing in front of gates. So they are so perfect, so beautiful, almost similar features as a Supreme Lord. Only small distinction is there, that the Supreme Lord will have on his chest Kaustubhamani, on his neck, that a particular sacred stone, like a beautiful ruby in the form of calf. And also he has on the chest Srivatsa, on mark of Srivatsa. But in other aspects, Jaya and Vijaya, they are very much similar. They even they have 4 hands actually, and they even may hold Shankha and Chakra, weapons of the Supreme Lord. In this way, we can see that the Supreme Lord actually sharing his opulences and his personal weapon, he sharing with devotees. So such great devotees, they will have one chakra, which is very difficult to hold. It is very heavy and powerful, but to some extent they are able to use it, because they are kshatriyas, protectors, doorkeepers. So for them weapon is given, and divine weapon, highest weapon of the Vishnu, and also they will have gada, that mace, and they have shankha, divine kanch, like not Narayana. So it is a very surprising one why they fall down into material world. Why they normally, as we read from scriptures, it is said Yad Gatvan Anivartante. After attaining abode of the Supreme Lord, there is no return. It is said here, Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada says, back home, back to Godhead. Once somebody went there, then how he can fall down? But Vadiraj Tirtha explained it that actually famous Viraja river, which we have to cross, and at last stage of our journey towards spiritual realm, that is after 7 gates. Like it is like flowing around middle part, most confidential divine realm of Vaikuntha. So, and therefore, those souls, purest and liberated Jivan, Mukta souls who crossed this Viraja river, they will not have anything to deal with material world. Even this Linga Sharira, subtlest shell which covers Atma, will be removed. And therefore, for them, there is no return, no fall down. But Jaya and Vijaya not yet cross it, Viraja river. And therefore, they've been in state of mukta, they've been practically liberated, but not yet gone into ultimate abode of the Lord. Lord passing through gate, he gives them association, he gives them, shares with them prasadam and so much interaction, but they are not able to go inside. So therefore, there was some chance for fall down for Jaya and Vijaya. And that was also like a pastime, because Krishna or Narayana, sometimes he want to fight with somebody, quite also appropriate partner with whom he may have a combat, fighting, and to God pleasure, because he is acting as a kshatriya, as a supreme protector, and sometimes that fighting gives pleasure for the Lord, and for that he will empower a particular devotee, and he made them into demonic mode for 3 lives. They pure swabhava, covered by demonic influences, for temporary, for a few pastimes, And in this way, this famous pastime took place, and we can learn so many things from pastimes of Hiranyakashipu and how he was delivered by grace of his pure divine son, Prahlada Maharaja. So I'll stop now. We discussed quite a lot. If anybody likes to comment or ask any question, please raise a hand. So I do not know actually how to mute all and mute all. Niraja. Hare Krishna. What is the remedy for Vaishnava? So one question in chat. 1 minute. Krishna. How to operate this? What is remedy for Vaishnava apparat? This question from Radhika Vrindavaneshwari Devidasi. Vaishnava apparat, that is very dangerous. So for that, we should serve Vaishnavas. So the answer is in the question itself. We are finding devotees to get forgiveness. We have to beg for forgiveness. We have to serve them nicely and develop this service attitude, like our natural tendency to find faults in everybody. That is attitude, materialistic attitude. We are always inclined to be negative, and bad things so much entertain us. But it is said one exercise good to perform. If we feel anything, if we perceive something like a fault in devotees, we try to find in them good. One fault, we try to find good qualities and neglect not. So especially if it is towards we have to deal according to relation. According to relationship, if they are our dependents, then we may instruct and we give advice and help them in this way. But we should not criticize superior, and with friends we can nicely talk and share. And most Vaishnava Seva is most recommended as a means for getting rid of offenses. Okay. So, ask to unmute. Then also I see Mataji, Niraja asked for me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, for every sin there is a reaction. Either the sin committed in the previous birth, we may be suffering in this birth, or this birth's sinful activities may take reaction in the next birth. But are there any sins for which the reaction will be immediate, Prabhuji, in the same birth? Like we may be doing so many sins in our day-to-day life, like hating a person or some abusing a person or killing the ants or mosquitoes or anything. So for such activities, for such sinful activities also there will be some reactions. So will that be immediately in this birth only, or Prabhuji, or should that reactions will be carried to the next birth also, Prabhuji?
Yes, question regarding karmic reaction. Yeah, normally if we perform devotional service sincerely, it is said that whatever na karma lepa, karma is not sticking to us, to devotees. That means by mistake and even unknowingly we sometimes do something wrong. So that normally is not affecting us. But if activity will take shape of like Maha Papa, great thing, sometimes it may fructify very fast. Like if somebody do something very sinful, like killing or some other great offense, very fast may got a reaction. Like no need to normally may not wait for next life. Immediately he'll be held and kept into prison or sometimes punished by death for some certain activity. Even by state government, it is done. So, and like for example, what I remember, like Kamsa, he was very simple and he had sinful inclination. And even though some good advices he also got, but whenever demons will recommend him bad things, immediately he will like it. And for example, when he was told that Krishna, somehow Lord Narayana already born somewhere in surrounding. So he immediately ordered to kill all newborn boys in all area around. So naturally, when his servants, demons, performed such things, that was a heavy sinful reaction, which fastened his degradation, and his end, his destruction was became completely necessary, and that made the reason why Krishna killed him, because Kamsa was the uncle of Krishna. He was a relative. He was relating to mother of Krishna. So then, how Lord Krishna could kill him? But because he did so bad things, so sinful, not only like offenses towards Krishna himself, but so many other degraded activity. He tortured Vasudeva and Devaki. He kept them in prison. He killed so many saints. He kept his own father, Ugrasena, into prison. So naturally, all these things accumulated together, and even though he had much protection, previously he performed tapasya and he got benediction from demigods, he was protected by some blessings of maybe Lord Shiva and other demigods, but it was not helpful for him because ultimately he did so much misbehavior, so degraded things that despite of all benedictions, despite of all achievement, he was destroyed by the Lord himself. And Krishna made an arrangement. He makes arrangement for such. Even if somebody is very well established, and if he is very have so much influence and protection, but Krishna will arrange to finish him if he does bad things, and that will become faster than if he died naturally. So in this way, I think it is correct way to understand this. Is it clear as your answer?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Got it. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, dear devotees, let us chant together once Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yes, so now almost all devotees are busy in service, so I'll arrange for darshan, and then we'll end our Bhagavatam session. Hare Krishna. Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Then make a darshan. No, that just need to direct it. Yeah, I will know. Shri Radha Govinda Deva ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.